fucked that up. What's going on, everybody? Let me turn the music down a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud. So yeah, I'm going to be with you guys for probably about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Got a little babysitting help tonight, so me and my wife are going to go have a couple beers and then be home in time to watch a couple episodes of Chernobyl. But yeah, welcome. Oh, audio is super low? Really? My voice is super low? Is it really? Oh, it was just you. Okay, gotcha. What's going on, Jason? Wayfez, Wesley Crawford, Opa Cream, Black Tiger BJ, Darth Fried, Ted Money, Tam Production, Jackson S, Eddie Parker TV, Mystery Dude, Lord, what's up going on, man? Star Wars Ramblings, Mr. Andy, good to see you, man. Welcome one and all. So like I said, I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And then me and my wife are going to go grab some beers because it's been a long time since we've gone out, just the two of us. Let me turn the music down a little bit more. So yeah, I played a little bit of a combat wave thing in Jedi Fallen Order. And if you have any specific questions that you think I could answer, maybe I can't answer, maybe, yeah. I'll do my best. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it. What beer will you have? I don't know, Fab. Probably. I'm in the mood for a Goza, something lighter like that. Worth pre-ordering. I would. I mean, if you're gonna get it anyway, right? It's a Star Wars game, I can tell you that the combat was extremely satisfying. I only got a glimpse of the story, but I can tell you that if you're going to get it anyway, my philosophy on pre-ordering games, you know, if it's a title that you are 100% going to get, like a Star Wars title, or there's probably games that we all play that we're going to pre-order and play regardless of how it's received by the general public, right? So my philosophy is if there's a game like that kind of fits in that wheelhouse, why not pre-order? There's probably perks. I know some people are completely against pre-ordering. I get the arguments against it. But, you know, sometimes, like Cyberpunk, for example, there's no way that I'm not pre-ordering that game. If there's little perks, maybe there's early access to it. Who knows? There's no way I'm not pre-ordering that game. Too excited not to. Anyway. Carter Lovejoy, speaking of Cyberpunk. Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream, man. I greatly appreciate that. Keanu Reeves is our Lord and Savior. Dude, funny little... So when I was at EA Play, I was in the Creators Cave, and when the Microsoft presentation began, they put that on the big screen. I'll have to share a picture. You guys probably saw other people share pictures of the Creators Cave, but there's a huge screen, and they put the Microsoft thing on, and everybody in the Creators Cave just kind of stopped and watched it together. Like 100 people, maybe a little more, and there were developers in there, and it was really, one of the cooler things was seeing like developers, EA developers, get excited about seeing games on the screen that they're not associated with, you know what I mean? Like getting excited about industry stuff that they're not associated with. It was just kind of neat to like look at the excitement on these developers' face. It was really cool. But when Keanu Reeves walked out, the crowd fucking went wild. But yeah, that was awesome. It was unexpected. The trailer, the kind of the cinematic, I'm sure that's just ripped right out of a point in the game. That sold me before. Like Keanu Reeves, take or leave him, I don't really care, but the fact that he's in there is funny to me and pretty awesome. But that entire kind of cinematic thing before he popped up was just so engaging, and I was just on board completely. But yeah, I appreciate that, Carter. Thank you so much for the channel support tonight, man. Andy says, my ass is gonna die from dehydration from Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, me too. I don't really know, I don't really know much about the game. I haven't really looked into anything other than, I guess some of the trailers that we've seen, and they haven't really shown much gameplay, if at all. Is there gameplay out yet? Is there like gameplay footage? I'm curious. Might not be. I'm not too sure. I'll keep an eye on the chat. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped, Andy. Like, there is gameplay. Oh, there's... Okay. Maybe I have seen it. Maybe I have seen it. I don't know. Oh, I'm in a different office. I'm in a different room. I need to make a new... I need to make a new looped webcam, don't I? Oh, there's 40-minute gameplay demo? Oh, I vaguely remember that, but I don't think I watched it all. I vaguely remember my buddy sending that to me. I don't know. Like, I usually watch a trailer or something like that, but if something's 40 minutes long of gameplay, a part of me doesn't want to watch that because that's 40 minutes that I'm kind of seeing a sneak peek of that I don't really want to see, right? I just kind of give me some snippets of gameplay here and there that's not cohesive, that's not connected together, that's just kind of pulled from different locations of the game. I don't really care to sit down and watch an entire, like, just playthrough, if that makes sense. But yeah. That sounds good, Andy. Masterbuilt, hey man, I know you probably can't tonight, but sometime soon we would really appreciate if you hop on Discord for a chat with the mods. I need to. I don't know if you know this, but you probably do. You probably got talked together. Me and my wife sold our house, and we were building a new house, and we moved in with my parents for the next 6 months while our house is being built. So the past, like, 3 weeks, man, have just been complete fucking chaos. We moved, we had to rehab a lot of stuff on our house. It was built in the 40s, it's an old house. And then I went out of town for 5 days, and then, we've just been, like, talking to builders and loan officers and just blah, 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 blah. So... it's been hectic. I'm going to try to settle back in. This is only like the second stream I've done in, a couple weeks, I feel like. So I'm settling back in. Kind of finding my footing with this internet that I'm not used to yet. So at my house, my old house, my upload speed was 950 megs a second. It was basically gig speed. I had fiber internet. Here, I'm down to 5 megs a second upload. What is the percentage decrease? I'm very curious. Swishfish, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Swishfish says, first of all, welcome, Dalthier. Good to see you, man. I missed you there. Swishfish says, I am hyped as hell for Watch Dogs 3. Looks so good. Is that how Watch Dogs, the title's officially spelled? Watch Dogs 3. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Interesting. Dude, I've never played a Watch Dogs game. I've heard nothing but good things, though. Like, that's one of those titles that, I have an Xbox. I rarely play it, but sometimes I just go on like benders where I just get a sudden urge to like play the shit out of Red Dead or fire up Wolfenstein again. My console love ebbs and flows. And sometimes I'm really intrigued by games of the past, like Watch Dogs or Phantom Pain, and I go on eBay and I buy it. So Watch Dogs has always been one of those types of games that I have wanted to pick up years. I'm looking at the original title, I guess, came out in 2014, 5 years ago. And I don't know anything about it, and I've heard nothing but good things. I might have to check it out. I might have to check it out for sure. But yeah, with an underscore and it's not a 3. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Interesting. So yeah, I'll probably pick it up. I need to, our giant ass TV is in our, so yeah, I don't know if you guys heard. It's kind of hard to explain. We're building a new house. I just said this, and we're living with my parents for 6 months while that's being built. Currently, we have our giant ass 65-inch 4K TV like sitting on a tiny dresser in my old bedroom, and it looks hilarious because the room's small and it looks like we're in a movie theater. And I'm gonna be hooking up my Xbox soon, and I'm excited to play video games in bed. So, I might pick up Watch Dogs. But I appreciate that, Swish. Pre-ordered and all. Nice, man. Robin, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Have you seen the Dr. Sleep trailer? Ewan McGregor is a big ball of fire. Let's see. Dr. Sleep. No, first of all, I have not seen it. Dr. Sleep. Struggling with alcoholism, Danny Torrance remains traumatized by the sinister events that occurred at the Overlook Hotel when he was a child. He soon finds a new purpose when he forms a psychic connection with a girl who shares his shining ability. No, I've never heard of this. Oh, it's a Stephen King? Oh, it's adapted from a Stephen King novel. Is that right? Is that what I'm looking at? Ah, interesting. I've never heard of the book, and I've never heard of the movie. Wow. Okay. I'm looking at screenshots and stuff. No, I'll watch the trailer after this for sure. I've never read a Stephen King book. I feel like every Halloween I get an urge to read Stephen King books, and I never get around to doing it. This year, if I stream around, oh, it's a sequel to The Shining. No kidding. Interesting. Oh, I did not know that. This year around Halloween, when I do streams, I want everybody to hassle me about reading a Stephen King book. Okay. All right, I'm holding that to you. Ewan is Danny. Oh, that Danny. Wow, that's really interesting. Is Ewan McGregor doing an American accent? Interesting, man. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch. I'll watch the trailer after this. I did not know this existed. Anyway, I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, Robin. I got it pulled up right here, so I'll watch it after the stream for sure. And Tom Davis, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Hey, bud. Happy life's moving positive. Oh, hoping life's moving positive. Wait, positivity. Happy life's moving positivity for you and fam. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, things are super hectic, but nerve-wracking. Like, we sold our house and we met with the people that were buying it, and we signed all the closing documents, right? And I did not expect to get as sad as I was. We lived there for 5 years, and it was our first home. It's where we brought my daughter home for the first time when she was born, obviously, and a lot of great memories. We put a lot of work into the house, you know, I couldn't, when I went over the day before we sold it, and I mowed the lawn, and I, you know, made sure it was looking good, and it was just me, and I, like, kept turning around to go back to look at my daughter's room, empty. Looking at my office, empty. I couldn't bring myself to, like, turn around and leave. But yeah, I didn't feel that sadness until that day. But yeah, other than that, it's a good thing though. Ultimately, it's a good thing. So yeah, we're just kind of on a forward trajectory, building a new house, and pretty pumped for it, man. A lot more space, which we needed, and it's new, which is exciting to me because, like I said, our house was built in the 40s, and with a house from the 40s, you get a lot of problems. So this will be like building a new PC, right? When you build a new PC, you feel like you got so much room, you got so much space, you got you just feel like you're on cloud 9. Well, yeah, I appreciate that, Tom. Thanks, man. Oh, and Sully Hogs, good to see ya. Appreciate that channel support tonight. We will make you read it, and it's gonna be long as hell. Well, shit, man. If I start it around Halloween this year, I won't finish it until Halloween next year. So, no, let me see. It's like, I believe I've looked this up before, and it's like 1,100 pages, right? It book. I guess it all depends on what format you get it in. Page count. Oh, interesting. The page count according to Google is 1138. It's probably a coincidence. I'm sure it's not a Star Wars reference. I'm sure if you get it in a bigger format, smaller format, the pages are different, but according to Google, it's 1138. That's a big-ass book. If I read that, that would be the longest book I've ever read. No question about it. I have some biographies that I've never finished that are probably about that long. Yeah, Sully, I might end up reading it. I really don't know, though. I'll probably go with the shorter one. That's the thing. Like, I don't know anything about Stephen King books. All I know from Stephen King are like the movies that I've seen. So I would prefer to read something that I've never seen the adaptation of a film from. You know what I mean? I would prefer reading something that I've never seen on TV or film. So I've seen it. Well, not the newest version with Scars, right? Something Scars. So I'll probably find something else. Anyway, Sully, I hope everything's going good, well for you, man. And I appreciate that support tonight. I hope you're doing good. Does the Force and lightsaber combat flow well? There you go. Good, cool question, Mother. So, I got my hands on it for... It was short. It was like... I'm going to say it was maybe 7 or 8 minutes. It went by quick. Everybody kind of got their hands on it. The combat is very... No, it does flow well. It does flow well. I was surprised how well it flows, and it feels precise. It feels very... It's not like... I mean, you can swing your lightsaber willy-nilly, and you'll get some accidental hits and some stuff like that, but it's very focused. All you have to do, like, watch on screen right now. See what he's doing? You see the orange dot on the stormtroopers? They're all dead now, but... When that orange dot pops up, that means that the player is hitting the right joystick, pressing the right joystick on the Xbox controller, and targeting enemies. You can cycle through targets. So it's very precise and deliberate and targeted, which to me felt very satisfying. It felt like I had more control over the combat rather than just kind of running in there and swinging like a madman, which is fun too, but this was, you could kind of... Yeah, you can have more control over the combat. It felt more like a challenge, and if that makes sense. I don't really know what to compare it to. People have compared it to Dark Souls that played it in the same room that I did. Some of the other EA Game Changers, the Star Wars guys and girls, and I've never played Dark Souls, so I don't really know how to compare that to. But yeah, I can tell you that I really enjoyed it, and everybody that I talked to and was in the same room with, kind of all agreed that this gameplay demo made it look really, really easy, a lot easier than it was. And I'm sure if we had more time with it, we would kind of master the controls. 7, 8 minutes is not a long time to get your hands on it. That might be even longer than what we had. I'm not too sure, but this demo definitely makes it look easy, and I certainly did not think it was. But yeah, which is harder, Purge Trooper or KX Security Droid? King Cray. In my experience, the Purge Troopers were more difficult. They were a lot more agile, but I feel like once the KX droid got you, you were dead quicker. So the Purge Trooper was more difficult one-on-one combat. The KX droid was, you could roll, and you could dodge, and you could kind of keep away from him easier than the Purge Troopers, if that makes sense. But once the KX series droid got you, he could kill you really quick. Couple hits, I would say. So yeah, they're difficult in their own ways. Purge Troopers are just tougher. KX droids are slower, but kill you quicker. If that makes sense. I think I explained that good enough. We'll see. Da 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 da. What do you think about the toxic people pointing out every tiny detail that's wrong in the demo? Opa Cream, I don't care, man. Like, that's just the way of the internet now, right? Every frame is analyzed, everything. It's interesting. I was talking to some other YouTubers, and we were all like, yeah, if I upload a video that's just kind of like something review, it doesn't get very many views. But if I say like, that they were saying, I'm not going to say who it was, but they were saying like, if I title my video, you know, is something really that bad, question mark, or so-and-so sucks, the views are like triple. So there's something about human psychology where negativity, if it bleeds, it leads, right? Is just what comes first when in the click line. It's interesting. Stuart Lugsden, when is your Bloodline review coming? I wrote it this morning. So let me see. Is it too long to record after this stream? I wrote a lot. It's not a lot, but maybe it might be 5 minutes or so worth of dialogue. And I need to wrap it up. So I would say probably Monday. If I have some time this weekend, which I probably won't. It's my wife's birthday this weekend, and maybe Sunday, but I have a lot of stuff to do for a freelance client that I need to get done this weekend too. Monday at the latest, I'll say. Monday at the latest. I agree with Stuart. When do you think the extended demo will come out? I couldn't say. I have no idea. I don't even know if, for me, I don't really want an extended demo. I don't want to see any more gameplay. I don't want to see any more story beats. I'm perfectly teased with what we got. And, like, the more I see, the more I consider it kind of spoiling me. In terms of, spoiling the story. Or little bits and pieces that I want to play on my own without seeing first. It's kind of the same thing with like movies. I'm fine with just like a 30-second to a minute long teaser trailer that shows barely anything and then no trailer after that. I would honestly prefer that, but yeah. Are there any open world elements to the game? From what I saw, there seemed to be some kind of like, how do I put this? There were the characters. Oh, man, I don't want to call it open world elements, but what I saw, it looked like characters give you missions and then they stand there like NPCs do, and it looked like maybe you had a little bit of freedom to bounce around and it wasn't completely linear. I don't know if I would call that open world from what I saw. What I saw was kind of like the character was, it was at the end of the demo. The character Cal that you were playing was kind of roaming around outside of the ship, and some NPCs were standing there, and there were narrative options, like conversation options. So I don't know how much further that quote-unquote open world feeling goes. I doubt it's that much. But I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Seth, yeah, I've seen a few. I've seen maybe half of the ones that have been released. Galaxy of Adventures. And yeah, I think they're fun. I think they're minute-long fun stuff for kids, and yeah, it's neat. It kind of reminds me of I don't know what I'm trying to think of. There was a show that had cartoons before the show started, and I can't remember what it was. And they were super short. No, not 2003 Clone Wars. I really can't remember what it is. It was like a kind of a kids variety show. I don't know. Anyway. Do you think Vader will be in the game? Tan production. I would be surprised if he wasn't. This is me. I don't know anything. I haven't seen any of that kind of stuff. They keep all that stuff really, really tight under wraps. I would be surprised if we didn't see him. Do I want to see him? Not necessarily. I think as much as this possibly can, I want it to stand on its own without too much interference with characters and stuff like that that we already know. Now, if like Vader is dictating orders to the Inquisitors and the Inquisitorius and stuff like that, I'd be fine with that. But I don't really want to see Vader in combat or anything like that. You know, I just. Even seeing Saul, I'm a little like, really? I get like Star Wars fans love tie-ins. They love seeing characters that they're already familiar with. I get it. I get it. But for me, I don't know. It really doesn't do much for me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't get me excited either. But it just doesn't do much for me. I'm like, all right. But yeah. What's up, Jai? Good to see you, man. Hey, Grudo, what's your opinion on having A-list celebrities in video games? Do you think it's worth the money, or do you think the money should be spent elsewhere? Well, that's an interesting question. It's never been a reason, and I can't imagine that a celebrity is a reason that somebody would buy a game if they weren't going to buy it already. I mean, did Keanu Reeves really sell more people on Cyberpunk? I feel like everybody's excited for Cyberpunk, and Keanu Reeves is just kind of like the icing on top. It's more funny to me that he's in there. It's just kind of neat. Yeah, I don't know. Is it worth the money? I'm curious what like a A-list celebrity would charge for being in a video game. I don't know. It's interesting. I really don't know. Yeah, it's not necessary in my opinion. I mean, it's cool when it happens, I guess, but sometimes you see the character on screen and you know it's the actor, but it looks a little different, right? It doesn't look quite right. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think this is before or after Rebels? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sure people know. That's probably a known thing, right? I just haven't even. I don't know. I'm not too sure. This game shouldn't need cameos. Josh Gonzalez. I'm in agreement with cameos and stuff like that. I understand. You know. Well, I mean, I could talk about that kind of stuff for hours and hours and hours, but yeah. The Muddler, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Top super chatter of the month as well, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The Muddler tonight says, how do you use force powers? Is it set to one button? Multiple buttons, and then you can button combo from what I remember, and you can hold down buttons for I mean, it just, you know, it makes sense. Probably very common in most games, but hold down a button for more powerful force powers. You can combine force powers with lightsaber attack. So like you saw in the demo, you can pull a guy towards you and almost like a fighting game in a way, Muddler. Yeah, I don't know why I never drew that analogy before, but it kind of like a fighting game mechanics where there's button combos and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So no, it's not just one button. There's button combos. I wish I was paying more attention to those kind of details when I played it, but I was just kind of focusing on Yeah, why don't I, like, go in with a game plan? That would have been smart, right? Like, remember everything, all the buttons and everything. But everybody's interested in something different, so I was just trying to get an entire overview of it. But, it's satisfying, though, Muddler. That's what I keep saying. It's satisfying. It feels heavy. It feels, you don't feel like a god, like I've said, you know? I'm trying to remember the buttons. I think why was... Oh, God, I can't even remember. But, yeah. Yeah, Muddler, I appreciate that, man. I think... I think fans of fighting games even will get something out of this, because there is, like, combos. There is, like... one of the funnest things to me was, like, the roll, the parry stuff. If you parry perfectly, you know, I don't know, it was just fun. You could time attacks. You bring up your deflection, like you see on screen right now. Well, not now. You time your deflection perfectly, and you can hit a stormtrooper right back. That took me a while to figure out when I was playing it, like the deflection, because I kept thinking that eventually the bolt would go into the stormtrooper, but no, you have to, like, time it perfectly. You have to bring down your defenses, and then when he shoots, you know, you have to put up your deflection, and it'll go right at the stormtrooper. But yeah. Anyway, Muddler, I appreciate that once again, man. Oh, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, man. Muddler says, I can see Darth Vader killing off your character at the end of the game. I would, I would love that ending. Let's just say that. I doubt they'll do that, just because I'm not privy to any information. I don't know if this is true. This is just me talking out of my ass right now. I can see there being sequels, just because the title of the game is Jedi: Fallen Order. I can see there be, like, a Jedi : I don't know, something else, you know. Who knows? Who knows, though? I don't know where they could go from here with like a Jedi on the run, a Padawan on the run. What comes next? I mean, all the Jedi are pretty much... Need to play as another Jedi on the run? I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. How stuff's going good, man. We're, it's just a waiting game now. Got 6-7 months to wait. Living with the folks while our new house is being built. Saving some dough. Yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be a huge change, but it'll be nice. Do you plan to go see Spider-Man Homecoming, Stuart? Probably not. Dude, I'm so far behind in any of those movies. I'll probably end up seeing it years from now. But yeah. Has the whole dismemberment argument already been addressed, Jonah? I don't know. I mean, I don't understand why anybody really gives a shit about dismemberment. I've never... If it's there, cool. If it's not, cool. I mean... I don't know. You can definitely see, like, when Cal cuts through stormtroopers, you can see them almost split in half and hanging by a thread. But I don't, like, why is it a fucking issue? I don't understand, man. Like, of all the things for people to want, I don't know. I don't know. Like, sometimes I don't, like, shit doesn't even cross my mind, and I'm just like, why is that a fucking issue? I don't know. But can you fucking cut people's arms and legs and heads off? I don't know. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Yeah, I haven't seen Homecoming. The last Marvel movie... So... I saw the first Ant-Man and the first Deadpool. And then I saw Black Panther. That's it. I haven't seen anything else other than what came before the first Ant-Man and the first Deadpool. So, it's, I just, the past 2 years I haven't really gone to the movies much at all since, you know, daughter was born and pregnancy and all that kind of stuff, so. For me, it's not even a gross thing. I enjoy like video game gore. It's like it's like horror movie stuff for me. I enjoy, you know, I love Mortal Kombat, all that kind of stuff. But and it's not even like a keep it for everybody. It's not like a keep it, you know, E for everyone. It's certainly not going to be E for everyone. It's not like a parental advisory thing for me. It's just like, why is it? Why? I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know. If it, like I said, if it's in there, cool. If it's not, cool. I don't give a shit. Can you dismember people in The Force Unleashed? I don't remember. How do you feel about Indiana Jones games? I have been wanting a next-gen indie game for years, but I also recognize that it's nowhere near as marketable as something like Star Wars. I love that idea. Wrathing? I would love a modern Indiana Jones game. I never really played an Indiana Jones game that I liked. I had one for the Wii, and I did not like it. It was so clunky. I believe you had to like hold both controls and swing to punch and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. One of the probably the best Indiana Jones game was Pitfall, which was not an Indiana Jones game at all, but it always felt like one. But yes, I would love that. Like, who said that? Yeah, Sean just said something like Uncharted. Yeah, I would love something like that. An Indiana Jones game like Uncharted. Something heavy on narrative, fun, puzzles. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and I would want it to be set in kind of like the Raiders Last Crusade timeline, where you're kind of fighting Nazis and that kind of shit. I would love that, and I think it's as marketable. I do think it is. I mean, yeah, especially if it's a solid adventure game. I mean, there's new titles all the time that have no marketability, and people are just hyped because it's new. And Indiana Jones is more marketable than a lot of games, you know, for sure. But yeah, did you get any beats on Cal's personality, Josh? Yeah, he's kind of like a charming. Well, a lot of the interaction that I saw was between BB-8 and him. And like I said in my video, it reminded me of a boy and his puppy. And he's kind of has like an innocence about him. I didn't see enough to really gauge everything, but it did give me that vibe of like a boy and his puppy. And I think it's this man said BB-8 instead of BD-1. Did I say BB-8? Did I even say a droid's name? Oh, weird. I don't remember that. But, yeah. It's, so yeah, I'm excited to see kind of how his character evolves. I'm sure when we first see him, when we first get a handle on him, he's kind of innocent and hiding and trying not to be seen, but then he realizes that he can't be on the run, and he has to do something about this goddamn galactic empire. I'm sure that's what happens, but it kind of reminds me of the Ahsoka book, to tell you the truth a little bit. All right, guys. I'm going to hop off. Go get some beers with the wife. And my wife's putting my daughter to sleep right now. And yeah. So tomorrow, nothing, no stream, no nothing. Unless I can maybe finish a Bloodline. That's not going to happen. I was going to say maybe I'll wake up at 5 in the morning and finish it. I could do that, but if I wake up at 5 in the morning, I probably will finish it. So, but Sully Hogs, thank you so much for coming in at the last second for the final super chat of the night. I greatly appreciate that, man. Sully Hog says Fallen Order looks very similar to Dark Souls. I heard a lot of, well, not a lot. I heard, or two people said that in our session, our gameplay session. There were other Star Wars YouTubers. I've never played Dark Souls. I've never really seen much gameplay whatsoever from Dark Souls. So I can't really comment on that. I just took their word for it. That's definitely not the first time I've heard that, though. You know, even the people that got their hands on said that it felt very similar. Not only looked very similar, but felt very similar as well. So, but yeah, Circle Man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm planning on getting the supporter Q&A rolling on Sunday. I've been out of town, been completely hectic. I normally do them the first week of the month. A little behind this month. Got a lot of shit going on, but yeah. Anyway, Sully, I appreciate that support tonight. And hope everything's going good for you. Next stream will be Sunday. Do a supporter Q&A. We'll see. I might do 2 streams then. Hoping to get the Bloodline review out on Sunday as well. But yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. 45 minutes on the dot. And now it is time for me to have some beers, watch some Chernobyl, and go to the beach tomorrow. So, all right, guys, let me run down the list. Sully Hogs, thank you for the super chat and channel support. The Muddler, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Tom Davis, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Robin, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Swishfish, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Carter Lovejoy, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. All right, guys. I'll see you on Sunday. Have a good night, everybody, or morning, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya.